Hi guys, welcome back to the Hot Seat with Priscilla. We just met an amazing two-time Olympian and I am 100% blessed that she agreed to come on the show. But we're going to switch gears to another performance side, that is Las Vegas. Who does not love magic? Everyone comes here. There's so many different magicians you can go see that have their own flair, but I cannot wait to introduce you to this lovely, 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 amazing award-winning performer. She has performed everywhere around the world, and she also has performed so many places here in Vegas that she's been here so long that she performed back at Caesar's Magical Empire, she performed at the Venetian, and she's here performing constantly, and she just loves it, I can tell. So everyone, please, please, please welcome Joan DuKore.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Miss Red. Thank you. So please take a seat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you are like Las Vegas royalty. Like, you've been here so long performing, but you've been consistent. I mean, you've been performing so long, you continued it. So you have. So let's talk about it. So you're from where originally?
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh my goodness. So that's what's interesting because we have another person from Hawaii. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So you have performed so many places with magic. So what originally drew you to magic? What's the story?
So when I was a kid, my dad loved to play cards. And in fact, he taught me how to add by teaching me blackjack. And he taught me how to shuffle and deal, and I could do that like nobody's business at like 7. And he knew one card trick, and he taught it to me. And then slowly I started collecting tricks. Every time he went to the mainland for business, he'd come back and bring me a magic trick. And but it was my hobby. I was going to be a ballet dancer. That was the goal.
Okay. I can see it.
That didn't end up happening. And so then I was going to move out to Vegas. I was waitressing for a drag queen show called Boylesque, and all of the drag queens said, if you want to be a dancer, you need to move to Las Vegas. And I'm 19, and I don't know any better, and I'm like, okay, I've never been. That'll be fun. But nobody told me that you had to be 5'8" to be a showgirl, especially in the mid-90s.
Yes.
And I am not 5'8". I am 5'5", so I didn't get into any shows. And a friend of mine, she was a magician, well, she still is, and she said, you're good enough at this magic stuff, stop wasting your time dancing. And she got me my very first gig doing strolling magic at the lumber convention.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. So that was kind of like the pinnacle. Like it was just kind of meant to be, though, that you moved to Vegas because this wouldn't have ended up happening, and it's become now your legacy. So what is your show? What sets you apart from other magicians? The audience would love to know.
Well, I think my persona is kind of like, I like to think of myself as like mainstream princess. I like to be a princess, but I can take care of myself. I just, who wants to, So, and so that's kind of my persona. It's a mixture of comedy and classics of magic. And I'm not an insult comic, although, sometimes I'm a little bit playful. I play with that. But, a lot of comedy, magic, it can be kind of combative, and I try to make it like we're on the same team kind of thing.
Yeah, so I would see on your website you're all about wit, which I love. I can see you're very fast. I mean, you kind of have to be if you're going to add in comedy, and you work with a live audience all the time. So you started performing back when Caesars had, the Magic Empire, all those things. So you've watched Vegas transform over the years. Do you feel like you've had to change your show over the years too to kind of grow with the population?
I don't think I've had to change my show per se. I just had to outlast everyone. I mean, so many people after like Caesars closed. Well, first of all, after I got hired at Caesars shortly after 9/11, and when that happened, so many people like left town thinking it's never coming back, and so that helped me. A lot of disasters helped me. And then when Caesar's Magical Empire closed, a lot of magicians left, because they were going off to do other things. And so I got, a few more things. And so every time something happens, a bunch of people left, and I just stayed.
Yeah, but that's how you take your spot. Unfortunate as that sounds, you find opportunities where you're just like, this is my time.
Exactly.
I mean, I always tell people a lot of times when you're trying to make it and show business, entertainment, all those things, you have to take what's yours and what you worked hard to get. Because if you think about it, you moved from Hawaii all the way here trying to be a showgirl, and now you enter this world.
It took
and
a while.
You're like, I'm not leaving. This is it. But I love that, though. So you're representing a lot of the hard workers that are out here and all of those things. So what can you tell people if someone was going to come to Vegas and they're going to say, okay, I want to go see a magician? And have so many options. You got paranormal ones, you got mentalists, you got hypnotists, you got all these card, Shin Lim, all these things. If someone were to ask you, okay, you're a magician, why should I come to your show? What would you tell our audience?
Because you're gonna have a really good time, and you're just gonna be delighted. And by the end, hopefully, as an audience, we're all going to know each other just a little bit better, and you're going to feel like you were for a brief moment, a part of a community.
And that kind of is basically Vegas. Vegas is like that. What kind of draws you to this city that makes you stay?
I guess stubbornness. When I first moved here, I did not like it. It was dry, and it was hot, and I couldn't get a job. I worked at Denny's as a waitress, a very bad waitress at Denny's, and but I didn't want to go home with my tail between my legs, and so I just kind of stuck it out. And then over time, it grew on me, and now when I leave, I miss Las Vegas and I want to come home. And when I arrive at the airport and you hear all those machines going ding 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 ding, it's like I'm home.
Exactly.
I don't even really gamble, but I just hear those things and it's like, oh, that's what was missing when I was away. I didn't hear that, those bells, Yeah.
No, Las Vegas really pulls you in. Like we were talking beforehand, like when I leave Vegas now that I live here, I miss it because Vegas is a city like no other place. If you belong, you belong. If not, you would have left some time ago.
Exactly,
I mean? So you traveled around the world. You performed in Japan, right? You performed in different. What is that like?
It's great. I love being on tour, and in fact, even though I perform here regularly, I still leave like at least once a month to go somewhere for a week. It's kind of a vacation because my only responsibility when I'm on tour is performing. I don't have to worry about laundry or cooking or feeding the cat or any of the other things that you have to worry about. All I have to worry about is being on time for the show and performing the show. And then, during the day, I can get to see other things. I loved performing in Japan. I've done 4 different contracts there.
Wow.
And, I'd love to go back.
That's amazing.
It's getting harder and harder to go between the economy and after COVID, they took a long time opening up. But
that's amazing.
Being on tour is so good. I love it.
So your show can reach all different countries and different languages. That's amazing. You're a lot of comedians or a lot of performers, they have to kind of, alter for the audience, right? And for you, you're like, you love...
I still alter because, so if it's most countries that don't speak English, I have a silent act that I can do.
Okay.
So that translates everything. And then if I'm in Japan, I just do the show in Japanese.
Oh, you speak Japanese?
I don't speak it fluently, but I'm conversational, and I've done my act so much that I can do that, especially if it's close-up magic. I used to do a lot of the magic for JTB when they would come to Las Vegas, and so even in Las Vegas, I was doing my close-up magic in Japanese. So that is real easy for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, dang, okay, that's why you're like Japan. But that's amazing, though, because I feel like, well, if you perform there so many times, at least for your show, a lot of it's memorized, a lot of it's,
But also growing up in Hawaii, to work in Waikiki, at least when I grew up, you had to speak some Japanese in order to work in Waikiki, or you just couldn't get a job. So it started back there.
There you go. So it's meant to be. Honestly, see, all these things that you're now saying about, your past and how it brought you here, they're all kind of filling in to what makes you you and sets you apart from so many different people. That's amazing. So where are you performing now, where the audience can go see
So I am one of the regular performers at Lost Spirits Distillery. I was one of the first 2 magicians hired. It's a rum distillery, and they make their own rum, and the ticket price includes 4 different tastings of rum. Plus, they have other rum cocktails you can buy while you're there, because, of course, everyone likes more cocktails. And while you're there, you get to see 5 minutes of everything. So you get 5 minutes of magic and 5 minutes of juggling and 5 minutes of contortion and 5 minutes of aerial. And so they're all at these different stages that you discover while you're searching for those tastings. And so I am usually there Thursday through Sunday. I'm actually going to be in Utah next week. So it's very Las Vegas because it's a roll of the dice whether you're going to see me there or not. The odds are in your favor, but the schedule changes all the time. You never quite know what you're going to see. And then also they've just started a seance that it comes after the regular shows. And so sometimes I fill in as the medium for the seance as well over there. So there's a small chance if you do that, you could see me too.
I hear amazing things about Lost Distillery. It looks amazing in there. And who doesn't love
a
little
fun
drinking and also having, it's kind of bringing back the old Vegas. You have a drink and you have a show at the same time. And it's all interactive, right? Like, it's amazing. And so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's I remember when they were hiring for magicians at that time. Like, a lot of my friends were like, oh my God, I want to do the show Lost Distillery. Have you heard of Lost Distillery? And I was like, okay, go do you. It sounds amazing, but now it's open and I only hear great things.
And it was a slow growth because originally they didn't have any entertainment, and they during 2020 they hired this juggler who they wanted to like help with the flow of crowds, and so they had him juggle a little bit. And they're like, oh, we like this entertainment thing, and then they started adding more and more of us.
It adds a little bit more flair for the reason why people should come, right? It's not just to drink, because people can go drink anywhere in Vegas.
Sure.
That's the new business mindset. Vegas, there's so much happening. Everything has now a little flair to it. So I'm going to ask you this question that I ask all my guests, because it kind of sums up you as a person. Is there a philosophy that you live by?
If you want to work, in whatever business that you want to work in, you have to have a good work ethic for that business. I mean, because my goal is to work, and so because that is my goal, I am early. I confirm things and do all the things that you need to do to make the people hiring you have an easier time. And so because all of that helps me do what I love. And so whatever business you're in, have that work ethic for the business you want to do.
Yes, and that's on period, girl. You and I are both the same on that one. If you want it, you gotta work for it, but you're gonna get it because it's gonna come to you. And look, she's accomplished so much already. So you want to be like Joan. So I was gonna ask, but you already kind of answered my question. If your advice to any performer that's kind of struggling right now, what you would tell them, and basically
don't give up, because eventually people are going to leave. There are so many amazingly talented performers. It's really hard to stand out, but if you are the person that is always there, that is always on time, that always speaks nicely of other performers, that is going to go a long way for people remembering you. This business can be full of backbiting and backstabbing, and that doesn't leave a good taste in people's mouths who are hiring you. And so if you go in with positivity and you make sure that you have done all of your due diligence, that's going to make you shine from all the other, thousands of really talented entertainers.
Yes. And if you believe it, you'll achieve it.
Yes.
You gotta continue to push. Every day is a very important day. It's one step closer. So, where can people find you on social media if they want to reach out?
So, I am on almost all social media as Joan DuKore. I am on Facebook. I think Facebook, I'm the Magic of Joan. But otherwise, I'm Joan DuKore on Instagram and Joan DuKore on TikTok. I have a Twitter. I think I'm Joan of Diamonds. I'm never on there, so you can follow me, but you're not going to see much. Or if you forget all of that, as long as you remember my first name, Joan, Joan, because there's very few people named Joan, and even less magicians named Joan. So it makes it really easy to search Google for me.
Yeah, show pop up. I Googled show pop up. But amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And you're performing for us after the break. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. I'm super excited. You guys are going to get a once-in-a-lifetime show with Joan, including me. But don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned.
This show is brought to you by Modern Word Ministries.
Have you ever dreamed of sharing your views and knowledge with the world? It should be easy, right? Just turn on your phone, talk into the camera, upload to your social media, then sit back and wait to go viral. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Not only that you need a great message, you also need a video production as well as a quality sound and lighting. If that's not enough, you still need to make sure that video's description, title, and thumbnails are optimized by SEO and search algorithms. What a hassle! Don't worry, Social Media Shows is here to help. With our years of production online experience and professional studio, we can remove all the technical roadblocks out of your way so that you can focus on the message you want to share with the whole world. We have production plans that fit any budget. Visit Social Media Shows today at socialmediashows.com and schedule your free pilot audition today.
I can already feel you judging me, and not for what I've done in the past, but for what I'm about to do. I had what mattered, and I got careless. Like, I don't deserve more. I don't deserve sympathy. I don't deserve to be here.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?
Jenna! What is the matter with you?
Someone once told me, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's shot of whiskey.
Excuse me, ma'am. My car ran out of gas and I left my wallet at home. Could you please spare a couple dollars so I can refuel my vehicle?
I literally have nothing.
What's it gonna take to get you to join the program?
Get about a dog! If Jesus wanted you to have a dog, he would have blessed you with a bowl and a leash now, wouldn't he?
Hi guys, we are back. Now Joan is going to show us a little bit of her show and what she does as a magician. So Joan, if you'd like to take over the stage.
I would like to. Now I have a question for you. I know you live here, so do you gamble?
No, I do not.
I have the perfect cards for non-gamblers. Check them out. No clubs, no hearts, no spades, no diamonds, no aces through kings. Everyone's a winner. So what I need you to do is just take out any card you like.
Okay.
And show it to the camera so everyone can see that it is in fact blank. And then I have a pen right here. If you could just write your name nice and big on the card. PIN number is optional, mother's maiden name, street you grew up on, first pet, last four of your social, your name. Now nobody ever writes the other stuff. I keep asking though. All right, so we have your card with your name, and now my question to you is, how many cards did you sign? One, good answer. So if I were to take your card and I were to place it in the center of the deck, there's no way it could be right there on the top, right?
Oh dear.
You just signed the one?
Yeah, I just signed
That's
the one.
what I thought. Okay, so we're going to take your card. We're going to put it in the center of the deck, so there's no way it could be right there on the top.
Wow.
Now, some people, I call them skeptics, they think the card's not actually going in the deck. So we're going to do it this way. So we can see Priscilla's card right there. You can see it. You can actually watch it. You can see it go all the way in. Yeah? It is not on the top. It is not on the bottom. So even if I were to snap my fingers, there's no way it could be right there on the top.
Wow.
Thank you. Now, some of these skeptics think it's because I'm a magician. Are you a magician?
I'm not.
Perfect. we're going to take your card. We're going to put it in the bottom half of the deck. If you could you reach out just one finger for me? Very good. And I just want you to push that card all the way in. Thank you.
Oh dear.
She's even better than me. Now, my name is Joan, just like of Arc, but I don't hear voices, which is good because things did not end well for her. All right, so now we have 2 cards. We have Joan and we have Priscilla. Now that ink's going to jump on the count of 3. It goes 1, it goes 2, it goes 3. Did you see it jump? Right onto your card.
No way.
And now you have a lovely souvenir that's for you to keep. Remember our time here together.
Yes. Remember, guys, this is live in real time. No editing. It's happening right before our eyes. Everyone here sees it. Fantastic.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. Joan DuKore, everyone. Go see her at Lost Distillery. And also hit her up on Instagram, all the social media, Google. Reach out to her. She's absolutely amazing. And obviously, you'd be open to perform if someone came to you with an open gig.
Yeah, I do a lot of private parties. I'm on my way to Bellagio right now to do that right after.
Amazing. Everyone can see this in real time. We're not lying. I swear. There's no editing involved. Live in real time. She's absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you guys don't go anywhere because we have one more guest that I cannot wait for you guys to meet. See you then.